From the Rexworth penthouse, away from Castle Rexworth and the Rexworth estates, I bid you all good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are, and whenever you are. My name is Rexworth, Lord Rexworth, and I welcome you to a rather late night stream. This was supposed to be Railroader. Does appear that we may need to change some things up here and figure out a new time of the week to do all of that. So we'll figure something out. But in the meantime, we've got one game that we do need to wrap up, and I'm hoping to do it tonight. And that is Deus Ex Revision. We are in the final portion of the game, Area 51. We are in the interior of Area 51. Made it past all the guards and the bots and everything else on the outside of Area 51, and now it's up to us to try and make it to Bob Page to have that big final showdown. Not sure how I'm going to survive this, but we'll figure it out. Honestly, I'm kind of ready to be done. I'm ready to be done with this game so that we can move on to some other games. But yeah, let's see. We've got a couple of things I've got that might be overlapping tomorrow. Not 100% sure about this, but let me just make certain. I think let's see. Pink Zombie is going to be having her big charity auction tomorrow, and time with yours truly is up on the auction block. So those of you who are down bad for the handsome anime husbando with a sexy British accent, here's your chance to get some time with me. Fortunately, rather, we should say that's the more appropriate term. In this case, it is quite fortunate because this time it does not come gratis, but rather you're paying for my time, and it is going to support a very special charity devoted to helping veterans. I believe they help not only American veterans but also British veterans and many other veteran military forces in the Western world. The name of it escapes me at the moment. I'm sorry, everyone. But trust me when I say it's for a good cause. So, those of you who are down bad for me and want some one-on-one time with his lordship, you now have the chance to pay for the privilege by supporting, I believe it's Stack Up. Yes, Stack Up. So yeah, that's going to be going on tomorrow. I am not certain. I'm not sure if Runic Sigils has got something planned for tomorrow or not. I'll have to check in with the rest of the group, and we'll have to see about that. I do know that failing all of that, we will be doing a more than likely a bit of a just chatting stream. I will also be giving Final Fantasy. Which one is it? Final Fantasy 14 online. That's the one. That's what I'm going to be playing. A gift for me from Action Bastard, and we'll see how it goes. Little Budmore, thank you for joining us. Welcome in. It's good to see you. How are you doing tonight? But yes, doing a bit of just chatting, some video reacts. I have to explain something, chat, because I have... let me see, did he ever respond? No, of course he didn't. Anyways, yeah, it appears that a YouTuber out there did not take too kindly to me featuring one of their videos on a React stream, and so they filed a takedown request, and that resulted in a copyright strike. I had been communicating with them to try and request that they retract that that takedown request, and in exchange, I go ahead and take the video down anyway, and you know, in exchange for me just never covering their content ever again. Don't know why they'd be so cagey about that sort of thing, but they are. Yeah, they haven't gotten back to me. Imagine they probably won't be getting back to me. Which is unfortunate because, yeah, now I've got a copyright strike that's going to be on my YouTube account until February, and all this over a hotel review video that we watched together, and it was a hotel review video that wasn't. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, it was rather mid. He's honestly not that great of a content creator, but then again, I suppose he would be. He would have a bit of an inferiority complex about that sort of thing, and would be filing takedown requests willy-nilly against every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So yeah, that's what I've been having to contend with. I was rather reluctant to go live on YouTube tonight, but we're not doing any sort of video reacts tonight, so I think we should be safe. But yeah, I am in the process of diversifying across multiple platforms, and I would very much appreciate it if all of you here who follow me on Twitch would be so kind as to follow me across multiple platforms. We've got, right now we're simulcasting across multiple platforms. So we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're also on Twitter, and we're on Kick right now. And then we're going to be uploading a VOD later on to Rumble. I would do more live streams with Rumble, but Rumble's a bit of a tricky beast to contend with. I like Rumble. I like the platform. And surprisingly enough, there's some really good VTubers over on Rumble. And a lot of them have moved over to an almost exclusive, to almost exclusively Rumble streamers, because it's easier for them to get their channels monetized. Plus, they also don't have to contend with these just absolutely bizarre and mental rules that are applied so, not even arbitrarily, just so selectively by the bots and by the moderator teams at Twitch and YouTube in a way to just sort of effectively silence people, and also to, I think, largely to just avoid paying out ad revenue to creators who are monetized, and also to get rid of potential competition from up-and-coming streamers who are trying to get monetized, like myself. It's far easier these days to become monetized on Rumble and also on Kick, and to also have your community support you directly through through outlets like Locals and Subscribestar, places like that, especially Locals. I'm surprised that they've got a video streaming platform where if you join a particular community, you can get notifications even from your phone that they're going live. I've seen that that's what Geeks and Gamers do. That's what Side Scrollers do. Even other non-gaming productions like the Duran and some other providers out there, they use locals to tremendous effect. And so that's... and you'll actually find a link to my locals page over on lordrexworth.com. All the links are there in the Twitch chat. But yeah, all links available at lordrexworth.com. That is lordrexworth.com. But yes, those of you who are over on... that are here over on the Twitch side of things, please, I implore you, follow me over on YouTube and also, especially... follow me on Kick. Kick.com/Lord Rexworth. Kick.com/Lord Rexworth. And I did just notice... let's see, picked up a new follow, and yeah, Spencer DC. I don't do follow for follow. That's not what we do here. And your message sounds suspiciously like a bot, so you know what? No self-promo like that in my chat. And you're getting a ban. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for the new follows, but I'm not doing follow for follow over there on Kick, so forget about it. Anyway. But please do make sure that you follow me on Kick. And also make sure that you follow me on YouTube as well. I am still trying to get YouTube monetized. We need about 1,000 followers for that. We're also trying to work towards a goal of 1,000 followers by the end of the year on Twitch, despite all of the absolute madness that is going on with them. In fact, I want to show you all something. Let me pull up my window capture here. This is from Asmongold earlier today. The Twitch adpocalypse situation is the result of years of preferential treatment and selective moderation reaching a boiling point in the community. Twitch are the ones who set the tone and rules for the website, and in turn are the ones responsible for this happening. To which, let's see, Grum's replying, Twitch is solely to blame. They made their bed. Amazon needs to clean house to sell it off. I tend to agree. I think Amazon has kind of left Twitch as an entity unto itself until they can figure out how to integrate it into their primary platform. It seems to be a pattern with Amazon that is exactly what they do. They... I don't know if any of you have ever watched any content on the service Freevee. Freevee was a free-to-stream platform where you could watch a lot of old television shows and even some new and original content. And it was then acquired by Amazon. And now Freevee is basically shutting down, and Amazon is taking all of the content from the Freevee library and they are integrating it fully into Amazon streaming video or Amazon Prime Video, and that, I mean, they had done that to a certain extent. You could watch Freevee programs in Amazon Prime Video, but the original Freevee service and I think the Freevee apps, those are going to be closed down and taken offline, and all of it's going to be fully integrated into Amazon, which long term, if Amazon intends to hold on to Twitch as an acquisition, we may yet see that happen. We may yet see that happen where Twitch as a website and a service gets shut down, and then all of it gets migrated over to Amazon and over to the Amazon Prime Video. Maybe they call it Prime Streaming or something like that. That's not exactly a prediction of mine, but that does appear to be what the pattern is with Amazon. If observations of previous actions are any indicator. Our dear lovely Smugglana responding video when, which honestly I hope to see it. I hope to see the Asmongold video popping up on YouTube soon. AI Emerald Apple, that Twitch needs to do is have the mods actually ban people fairly and equally. But the problem is that the mods are Hassan fans, referring to Hassan Piker, and they sleep with the e-girls. Do they? Do they really? I don't think they do. I think they just sort of have the e-girls up on their monitors and just masturbate to the pictures and the videos of the e-girls in their cubicles or in their work from home situation or whatever. This leads to preferential treatment, and even if they play terrorist propaganda, etc., they never get punished. Here's an idea from Matt AAW. I'm hoping Elon buys Twitch and cleans it up. Let's see. Twitch is a lame, degenerate platform that panders heavily to the trans rainbow mob to spread destructive ideologies. It deserves to fail. Well, that's a bit hyperbolic, isn't it? Although, I mean, if they keep going on their present course, yes, they certainly deserve to fail. Let's see. CEO caught prawning and singing happy birthday to Hassan. Color me shocked. Amazing to see how badly Twitch is mismanaged. Not allowed, saying you think a culture is inferior or saying you don't feel bad for them. Allowed, offering large sums of money for people to game over streamers you dislike. Anti-Semitism, hating white people, mocking and laughing at disabled veterans, and celebrating 9/11. Not really any wonder why advertisers are pulling out. Twitch has had a massive problem with inconsistently enforcing their policies for a while now. The problem is a lack of a backbone. They're terrified of losing their big earners, so they allow their behaviors to happen. Meanwhile, simple logic and critical thought would help Twitch realize that by simply being consistent and not giving certain streamers a free pass, the behaviors would stop, and they wouldn't have a platform to begin with. Oh, and also, a lot of Twitch staffers are unhinged progressive ideologues who agree with the aforementioned behaviors or think it's just or righteous. I think that's probably enough of that. Let's see. Speaking of a just or righteous cause, you know that old saying about how politics makes for strange bedfellows? Well, this is trending on Twitter right now. Bernie Sanders to work with Trump on credit card rate cap. The tweet from Senator Sanders here. I look forward to working with the Trump administration on fulfilling his promise to cap credit card interest rates at 10%. We cannot continue to allow big banks to make record profits by ripping off Americans by charging them 25 to 30% interest rates. That is usury. Indeed, it is, and Senator Sanders is quite right. Honestly, they were planning on doing something like this as far back as the time of George H.W. Bush, if I remember correctly, and it was one of the things that led to his downfall in the election against Bill Clinton. But I think this is wonderful. And we do need to work on the United States and other parts of the world. We need to cap credit card interest rates at 10%. I mean, at some point, the credit card companies, they've made enough money. And you can continue to supply all the benefits and the frequent flyer miles and everything else and still make a handsome profit at 10%. You know. You'll make a handsome profit, you're just not going to make an obscene profit, and certainly not off the backs of hard-working people. This has gone on far enough, and now it's time that you learn that the big banks learn to make do with less. Let's see. Let's check some post notifications. Oh yes, that's right. We've got the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight going on. Oh my god, did you see what just happened? Netflix, 99%. Dear Lord. Maybe they weren't prepared for how many people were going to watch the fight. Let's see, CTC, cash that check. I believe he's an expat living in Japan. Why would Latinos vote for someone who wants to deport other Latinos? Makes perfect sense whenever I see some cringe and obese gaijins around and just think, God damn, someone needs to deport these people. Can't imagine why Japan is sick of tourists. Let's turn up the browser audio for this one. Hang on. Let's see here. Like, bro, you look so fucking cringe. And you're on a subway, man. Be quiet. That's disrespectful. When you're in Japan, you're supposed to be quiet on the subway. It's like, have you no concept of personal space? What is that, a personal phone call? Yeah, it looks like a personal phone call that he's taking. It's like, bro, wait to take a call when you get off the train. Seriously. God, what a fucking idiot. Let's see, I think something interesting from the Vigilant Fox. I guess we're going to be doing the news after all. Let's see, 10 shocking stories that the media buried today. Let's see, number 10, Joe Rogan guarantees Joe Biden voted for Donald Trump. Let's see here.
I never saw that. You know what my fucking favorite things of this whole election cycle has been? Yesterday. When Biden and Trump sat down in the White House, Biden voted for Trump. I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it.
I mean, you put the MAGA hat on.
I never saw that dude
if
so
he didn't,
happy in his fucking life. He lost. His party lost.
Like, yeah.
He was happy. When
happy.
Obama had to shake hands with Trump. And
I mean, they pulled a palace coup on him and basically said, yeah, Joe, you're out. You're done. We're going to find someone else to replace you. And then he's just like, well, fuck you. I'll pick my own replacement. It's going to be Kamala Harris. And she's horrible. And you're going to be stuck with her. And you're going to lose. And it's going to be glorious to watch you. So who's got the last laugh now, fuckers? So yeah, that's how that goes.
The whole transition thing, Obama looked like Jesus Christ. Look at Biden. Look at his fucking smile.
He is just
Trump's
ear
like,
to ear.
Whatever.
Look at his fucking smile.
He is
man.
ear to ear.
That's like when your kid gets married.
That dude
You
looks
know?
like a hairless cat. Look at
It's
him.
great. First of all, what have they done to him? What have they
They've
done to
done
his
it all.
face? Go back to the other picture because there's more high res. Look at his mug, man. First of all,
He is so
for
happy.
sure he's got
Good.
something going on. with
He's
his
just
forehead.
like,
They
who's
both
got the
toxic
last
shit
laugh
out of
now,
forehead. He looks
bitches?
so sure. There's a bunch of different things they did, which very ill-advised, by the way, folks. Look at Trump. He looks like shit. No one cares. Everyone loves him.
I mean,
You
he
don't-
always looks
you
like
don't
that.
look better if you get your face pulled back like a lizard.
No.
You just look more like a lizard. Everybody thinks you're a
Yeah.
lizard already. But look at that smile.
There's enough lizard
That
people in
motherfucker's never
DC
been happier
already.
In his life. In his life. He's like, that bitch. She went down. You can't tell me he wasn't happy. Like when he put that MAGA hat on. You ever see that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He
yeah,
put the
was like,
MAGA hat on.
He
took
did.
it
He
with him on
put
the
the hat
plane.
on.
I guarantee you that motherfucker was happy. He had a giant smile on his face. He said,
He
welcome
did.
back to him. I thought it was Hitler. I
Uh,
thought he was dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they all said, right? It's like, hey, this is the
Yes,
the
he's
threat
so
to
dangerous and a threat to
I thought he was
democracy.
an
Well, the
accident.
threat to
All of a sudden,
democracy
it's like,
just won the popular
hey,
vote and the
we're gonna have a
electoral
smooth
vote.
transition here.
This was the guy that you said was sharp as a tack. He was going to be up until 4 months ago.
Yeah.
4 months ago,
Yeah.
that guy was going to be running again. And now here he is, smiling like a Cheshire cat.
He was like, who's laughing now, bitches? Oh, my. Rogan went wild after he pointed out that when Hillary Clinton lost in 2016, Obama looked miserable during his transition meeting with Trump. Yes. Yes, that looked like it stung. That looked like it stung. Couldn't have happened to a worse guy. Let's see. Oh, yes, this one was interesting here. Gillian Michaels going scorched earth on RFK Jr. haters with a series of stunning truth bombs. In case you haven't been following the news, Trump has selected Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services. And let's see, Jesse Waters, the successor on Fox News to Bill O'Reilly, had Gillian Michaels. You may remember her from the NBC reality show The Biggest Loser. And she was on there to talk about the hate that RFK Jr. is getting right now. Let's have a look here. Let's back up the tape here and roll it from the top.
If you live a simple, clean lifestyle, then they're not going to make as much money, and they're not going to have as much power
Precisely.
in Washington and throughout the rest of the country. It's really about power, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's about power and raw economic incentive. And as
That
much
too.
as we can suggest that it's simple, it's not easy, and it's not easy by design. And in fact, it's called structural violence. And it's this collaboration of this
Structural
toxic
violence.
quartet, if you will, of the way big farming proliferates these cheap, toxic calories. Big food picks up those calories, and they tinker with it a bit more with their food scientists to make it more addictive, to make it omnipresent. Then big
Yeah, chat, if you do some research, you will find that the companies behind Big Tobacco, they basically covered their asses by, I don't know if they largely divested from their tobacco holdings, but they took what they learned from their time as Big Tobacco, and they turned themselves into Big Food. They bought up a lot of food companies, a lot of food distributors, and they took that knowledge of how to make cigarettes more addictive and said, how do we make food more addictive? Never once entering their mind of, well, if we make things too addictive, that might make people fat, and that'll make them unhealthy, and we will effectively be creating another product that kills our own customers. That never seems to enter their mind. They're just all about profit. It's like, how can we make the big line go up for company? How can we make stonks look good?
Big Pharma catches us on the other side and starts treating all of our sicknesses with all their diseases. And we won't even touch on big insurance and how they play a role because there isn't enough time.
Oh yeah, they're a
The
bunch of
bottom line
scam
is look
artists
at
too.
the world. It's this simple. Infertility, highest ever. Early onset cancer diagnosis up 79% over the last 3 decades. 74% of adults in America are overweight and obese. We need change. We need it now. What they're doing isn't working, and it's not working on purpose because it's profitable for the very few. And it's bankrupting Americans. It's the #1 cause of bankruptcy is a health-related condition, and it's killing them. If you're afraid
Yes.
of RFK, you've lost your mind. Take a back seat. Let the professionals in this space handle it, and thank God when it starts improving. Period.
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed with this election is that it has been a repudiation of all of the HR Kerens, the finger-wagging feminists, A repudiation of... That is a silly look for Jesse Waters there. We're going to... It has been a repudiation of a lot of people that are what I call the insufferables. You know, your HR Kittens, the blue-haired, blue checkmark types that used to dominate Twitter, but not anymore. Now they've all moved over to Blue Sky. And also a repudiation of the so-called Wizards of Smart. The so-called experts, the people who claim that they know everything. These were the same people that said a certain jab is safe and effective. These are the same people who have said that you need to wear not one, not two, but maybe even 3 masks. These are the people who said that we need to lock down the entire world even harder to stop the spread. These are the same people who said, well, we may never really know who won the 2020 election, as though that was somehow supposed to be all right. These are the same people who say that, yes, eating bugs and eating things like Beyond Meat and, you know, all of these other things that are nothing more than chemical burgers, are somehow good for you because they're good for the environment. Never mind the fact that they still manage to benefit big food somehow with their greenwashing campaigns. You know, don't pay any attention to that. Look, everyone, here's Nicole Kidman eating a cockroach and holding it with chopsticks. Look at how hot she is. Don't you want to be like Nicole Kidman? Eat some bugs and then Nicole Kidman will want to sleep with you. That's what they were trying to sell to the world. Lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And what did we get for it? Millions upon millions of people dead. Because these same so-called Wizards of Smart decided that things like ivermectin and Z-Packs were off the table in terms of your choices as a patient on what you could take to deal with ligma. All these people who claim to know so much more than you, to know better than you or me, and yet all they did was line their own pockets and get millions of people killed. At some point, the people had enough. And they said, you know what, you Wizards of Smart, you insufferables, fuck you all. You're all cunts. Get the fuck out. That is exactly what has been said. There is a mandate here. Wizards of Smart, insufferables, get the fuck out. You're all cunts. And we've had it. We have had it with your self-righteousness. We've had it with your smug ways. You all think that you know better. You don't know jack shit. And now that is clearly on display for all of us to see. You're all nothing but a bunch of dumb cunts. And you deserve to be thrown out on your ears, the lot of you. All of you were so proud to trumpet whenever you were enjoying a victory, how you wish all of us on the other side were dead, broke, imprisoned, and somehow you thought that was amusing. The shoe's on the other foot now. And it seems like maybe, at long last, the other side has learned how to play for keeps.
If you live a simple, clean...
Let's see here. New York Mayor Eric Adams going onto the panel of clucking hens on The View. We're all so delusional. I mean, you hear Whoopi Goldberg wanting to go on a sex strike. Yeah, don't worry, Toots. I don't think anybody will want to touch you with a 10.5-foot pole. Well, let's see. New York Mayor Eric Adams going on The View, stunning them with hard truths about what happened with the 2024 election.
I say let's dismantle the hate. And what you saw in this city, in this election, when you saw a shift and the city becoming, the state becoming redder, is because we stopped talking about working class people issues. When mom and pops are afraid, I can't...
Working class people issues? I mean...
As people
hang
issues.
On. That panel right there, they know nothing of working class people issues. I don't think any of them have ever been in the working class in their entire lives. But if they have, they've long forgotten about that. Their husbands might know a thing or two about being a part of the working class. Gosh, look at this one. She's so uncomfortable. You can tell. Epic Shotgun, welcome in. Good. It's about time they had somebody on here to make the clucking hens of The View uncomfortable.
When mom and pops are afraid, I can't pay my college tuition. The rent is too damn high.
Yeah, forget about university tuition. The rent's too high. The fucking electric bill is too high. The gas bill's too high. Also, LMFAO, you ain't wrong about that. Yeah. These women are so insufferable. They have strayed so far away from what Barbara Walters strived to set out to do with this program originally. They have just gone so off the rails, just batshit insane. And it's clear from the first few days after the election, they have learned absolutely nothing. So you know what, at this point, we just don the Joker meme, and we say, you know what, you get what you fucking deserve.
Healthcare is too expensive. We stopped talking to everyday New Yorkers and Americans.
Yes, you stopped talking to them and thought it was more convenient to just call them racist and sexist and homophobic and transphobic and every other phobinist you can come up with.
I'm in the street talking to them. They're not asking me, Eric, tell me about fascism. They're talking about finance. They're not talking about Hitler. They're talking about housing. We need to talk to everyday working class people. And we stopped doing that. And those are the issues that they are.
And how about we stop talking to and talk with? Why don't you actually have a conversation with them? Maybe do a bit more listening rather than talking. That seems to be something that the opposition has completely forgotten how to do. They're perfectly fine going around lecturing and hectoring everyone else, seeming so smug and self-righteous. But they don't really bother to listen anymore. They've kind of lost the fine art of listening. Did not expect to come in here to use spitting facts. Well, you know what? I've had a couple of beers in me, Epic, so, you know, a few inhibitions are down. And also, I'm not in a rush to get to the finale of Deus Ex, so you know what? We're gonna talk about some things I saw on Twitter. Oh, that makes so much sense. Yes.
They're afraid of the future of their children. I say let's just...
The audience groaned at that. The entire audience groaned at that. They don't want to hear what he has to say. The entire audience of The View, that studio audience is a bunch of blithering idiots if that's their response. Of course, then again, you could say that about a lot of people who watch The View. Honestly, it is such low IQ brain rot I mean, you think Skibbity Toilet is brain rot. Watch just a few minutes of The View. Your IQ is going to go down, and you'll be lucky if you get it back up. These people are so out of touch. They have no idea what it is like to struggle in the working class. Each one of those people on that panel gets paid millions of dollars every year just to go on that fucking television show and just be insufferable and lecture people and act all high and mighty and put on their airs. Let's see. More spankings from Scott Jennings on CNN. One of the few people on that miserable, irrelevant news network who actually who actually know what the bloody hell they're talking about, and is actually one of the few relevant voices there. Everyone else, you can just sort of tune out, almost like the teacher in the Charlie Brown specials. Scott Jennings shuts down 2 CNN panelists flipping out over RFK Jr.'s HHS nomination. Let's watch this.
If we're being intellectually honest, there's really no good reason why Bobby Kennedy, RFK Jr., should be HHS Secretary.
There's a reason. The president-elect has picked him, and he can pick whoever he damn well pleases to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services. That's his privilege. That's what happens when you win. You get your pick of cabinet appointments. I don't know if anybody's has bothered to inform you of that, Mr. Jeff Duncan, but that's how these things work. That's how these things work. Speaking of which, welcome in, Jedi. Just got home from work. Well, welcome home, Jedi. Good to see you.
Advisor, a confidant, somebody who talks to the president and advises, but there's no managerial experience in his resume. There's nothing that says he is qualified to do this job.
Watch this, chat.
He's in charge of the health of all of us, all these different lanes. If he has views and has insights around food sources, around vaccines, then those should be given in advisory roles.
Why?
Because
what were the qualifications of the previous ones?
Well, I think it's important to always
Management
remember that you put yourself. Say that again.
What were the management qualifications? I mean, Xavier.
Yeah, what were they,
I'm
Jeff? Tell us.
I'm looking forward.
But you're calling into question whether he could actually do this job, and I think it's
absolutely. I think America is now, and I think
it's important to discuss it because.
No, Jeff, shut up for a minute. Spare us your talking points. Let the adults in the room speak.
Xavier Becerra was just a lawyer and a politician with no management experience.
So does two negatives, two wrongs make a right?
Sylvia Burwell was a Walmart lobbyist. Donna Shalala was a university person. Look,
RFK Jr. is a nut.
There we go. You just don't like RFK Jr. You don't like him because he decided to switch to the side that was starting to prevail in the election. He switched sides mid contest, and you're all butthurt over that. You absolute fucking partisan hack.
Okay, so that's different than what you just said. You just said.
Look at how lopsided his face is. Yeah, he's got a bit more shadow on over one eye than the other. He is a bit lopsided.
Real experience, but then we get to the real issue here, which is you want to insult the man, which is your right to do because you oppose them in the election.
Yes, that's, and then again, that's also all that he has is insults. He doesn't really have a cogent logical argument. That's already been blown out of the water by Scott Jennings here. It's like none of the other HHS secretaries were necessarily qualified. None of them were doctors. None of them had served in the medical field. You had one that was a bloody Walmart lobbyist, for Christ's sake. And this was, we got to the heart of the matter here. And he's like, RFK is a nut. It's like, yeah, that's all you have. You just don't like RFK. You don't like him because you probably used to like him a long time ago. But like so many other things that you hacks do, it's all fun and games until somebody votes Republican. Looks like he's having a stroke. Lol, get that man to a hospital. Walmart mentioned. Rah! Yes, Jedi. One, a former lobbyist for Walmart served at one point as a Health and Human Services Secretary at the federal level for the United States government.
But
didn't
you,
oppose
Doctor, are raising the issues that he has been raising, and I think they're appropriate questions to raise. I don't know whether he can be confirmed or not. The vaccine stuff at the table.
Yeah, that's another thing that we still have to get over the challenge. He's got to be confirmed. I believe it's by a Senate committee or something like that. The Republicans control a majority in the Senate and also in the House now, so that it shouldn't be too much of an issue, even if it comes down to like a tie vote. You've got Vice President J.D. Vance who can act as a tie-breaking vote and get him in that way. Look at this flabby hag. She does look a bit smug. She's definitely got that smug look that you would expect from a panelist on The View.
Is obviously going to be the flashpoint of this hearing.
Bee sting looking.
This whole issue of the CDC.
They don't know what to say. They're just like, fuck, we've got nothing. This guy's spanking us. Again! This guy, Scott Jennings, has been on CNN Newsnight for several nights now, and he has just... Most of these panelists have had their asses handed to him by Scott Jennings. This man is brilliant. I love this. Yeah, the I know something you don't look. It's so smug. Her eyes have negative camber.
And these public health agencies. Look, public trust in the health
Bro
regime
is
in this
clapping
country
cheeks.
is as low as it's ever
But
been.
why,
It's
Scott?
because of public trust in the health regime in this country is as low as it's ever been.
But why,
It's
Scott?
because of COVID.
Right.
Because of
Exactly. Yes. Everybody who is telling us that the jab is safe and effective, and that we've got to lock down the entire world even harder than before, and we've got to wear 5 masks, and nobody's allowed to be within 6 feet of each other. All of these bullshit regulations never once taken into consideration the concept of things like herd immunity. It's these people are bloody idiots, and they've killed millions of people with their damn dumbass takes. Hell yeah, Thursday I'm getting a rain-snow mix. I mean, it's that time of year, Jedi.
closures because of mask mandates. Because this country was because let me just finish. Because this country was drugged through a bunch of condescending and heavy-handed mandates that all turned out to be garbage, and that's why it's low. And the questions are valid.
And RFK is the answer to all of that.
Yeah, but dude, RFK helped.
The guy next to me is like, Scott, you're saying the quiet part out loud, man. We can't have that. You're going to disrupt the whole racket. How are we supposed to make our money and get our clout and get our power if you keep upsetting the apple cart by telling the truth here? Come on. Still haven't got my booster shot. You know what, Jedi? This is totally not medical advice, but nobody would blame you if you didn't want to get it. They know they're cooked. Yes, they know they are cooked.
Promote the assault on the CDC that lowered the disinformation that led
the
to
CDC led
more
to
than
its
a
own
million
demise.
deaths.
Yeah.
More than 1 million deaths in the United States, higher than any other industrialized nation per capita. That's the result of failed policies and the demonization of the conspiracy theories.
Whose policies?
All right,
under the Trump administration.
John, let me let.
Let's see here. What else do we have? Sylvester Stallone liking Donald Trump and George Washington. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see. Charlemagne the God urging Fannie Willis to drop the Trump case. Nobody's going to have your back. If I was Fannie Willis, I wouldn't still be pursuing that case. When you have President Biden welcoming Trump back to the White House, well, let's just watch the video here. That's only 57 seconds. This is from Charlemagne the God.
You said she's still pursuing the case against Trump?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
If I was Fannie Willis, I wouldn't still be pursuing that case. When you have President Biden welcoming Trump back to the White House, taking pics with him, smiling, offering assistance for him in the peaceful transition, which I'm all for, by the way. My thing is, what's the point of Fannie sticking her neck out there to continue pursuing him? Why go through all of that? Because you know there's going to be retaliation.
That's right.
You know you're putting your well-being in jeopardy by pursuing that
and
case.
Nobody's going to have your back.
Nobody's going to have your back. If nobody else is willing to do it,
the political
why
winds
should
have
she?
shifted.
Why should she? Isn't Jack Smith is talking talking about he's going to drop his stuff. So it's like, why, man? Protect your peace, Fannie Willis.
Right.
Nah, for real.
It's not a matter about being scared. It's not about being smart at this point.
What's the point?
Nobody gonna have your back.
Nobody gonna have your back.
And he's firing.
Nobody
He
else
he's on the warpath right
Why
now.
should that sister? Or even Tish James? Like, why should those two sisters, continue to put themselves out there like that if nobody else is?
Well,
you said she's still pursuing the case against Trump?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Donald Trump gets sworn into office. He is going to be on the warpath. There's going to be a mass firings and a mass exodus of people. There already is. RFK Jr. gets tapped to be Health and Human Services Secretary. You've got people at the FDA that are calling up contacts at MSNBC and CNN, and they are crying because, they're so scared. Where? And they're all just thinking, you know what? Fuck this, I'm out. Take the retirement. Which, honestly, it's like, bye, Felicia. Problem is correcting itself. Kind of want to join you in VC to make fun of these jackasses. Oh, how the turntables. Yeah, I'm not in a VC at the moment. Why, my job, why? Yeah, your job that's funded by the taxpayer. Let's see here. Number 4, Democratic congressman openly reveals plot to form shadow government to undermine the incoming Trump White House. Let's see what they've got here. All the things that they were accusing the other side of doing, they are now doing. The projection is so strong with these people. Let's see, this is originally from Gateway Pundit. I'm going to force the dark page here. We're getting flashbanged by this background. Let's see. Yeah, went to great lengths to hide their efforts to destroy the president, his family, and individuals associated with his campaign. A disturbing video posted by independent journalist Kyle Becker reveals U.S. Representative Wiley Nickel. Wiley Nickel? There's a villainous... some people, they have those names. It's like, my God, you sound like a cartoon villain. Who appears to be speaking on the House floor as he shares the names of potential shadow government replacements. Here are only a few of the Democrat congressman's suggestions for a shadow government that would be created to undermine President Trump and his agenda. Quote, if Trump attempts to weaponize the Department of Justice against his political opponents, with Matt Gaetz at the helm, we could see incoming Senator Matt Schiff as our Attorney General. If Trump seeks to eliminate the Department of Education, Congresswoman Johanna Hayes, former Teacher of the Year, could step up as Shadow Education Secretary to loudly defend public education in the United States. If Trump orders Marco Rubio to hand Ukraine and much of Eastern Europe to Russian President Vladimir Putin, yeah, I've got a feeling that's going to happen anyway. The territory that Russia has taken is ethnic Russian lands anyway, so they're probably going to end up holding on to it. And if these people think that Russia's going to give back Crimea, they are deluding themselves. Congressman Greg Meeks, as Shadow Secretary of State, could be a strong voice in support of maintaining international relationships and protecting democracy at home and abroad. So yeah, House Democrats now denying the results of the 2024 election. Everything that they were accusing their opposition of in 2020, they are now engaging in that themselves, which, according to their standards, was treasonous and was an act of insurrection. Only this time it seems like they're actually serious about forming a shadow government, and actually doing an unconstitutional act of insurrection against an incoming president. U.S. Representative Wiley Nickel telling CNN host Lada Coates, quote, "This is an idea whose time has come."
And there's one more idea. A shadow government, similar to the UK. A group of lawmakers that mirrors the cabinet and publicly challenges them. Say Senator-elect Adam Schiff as Shadow Attorney General, Congressman Gregory Meeks, Secretary of State, or Colorado Senator Michael Bennet as Treasury Secretary. Well, that idea isn't just coming from a strategist, but a lawmaker. And joining me now, the man behind this idea, Congressman Wiley Nickel, a Democrat from North Carolina.
Look at those eyebrows. Even those villainous eyebrows.
Congressman, why do you think this is the way to possibly challenge this administration?
First of all, this is something we can do. This is something that definitely can happen. And they've been doing it for over 100 years in the UK. So this is an idea that's his time has
Yes,
come.
they do that over the UK. They don't do it in the United States.
Trump, we're going to get the same results. We have to.
These are two different types of government.
We have to go toe to toe with Trump. And it's not just about saying, what we're against. It's about saying what we're for and putting our best messengers out there to go toe to toe. They put Elise Stefanik at the UN. We should have someone going one-on-one with her, talking about what we would do better and why the choices they make are wrong.
So what would this look like? It would be somebody who acts as if it was, say, the Union, a response they would give every time there is a major speech or press conference, or they'd have their own issue or white papers. What would this look like in practice?
First and fourmost, it's about accountability. It's about keeping,
No, it's not about accountability. It's not about that at all. It's about basically cock blocking them at every turn. That's all this is. It's designed to disrupt. And that's the thing. You don't get to disrupt when you don't have a mandate. That's not how it works in the United States. You can talk all you like about shadow ministers and shadow cabinet appointees and whatnot. That is not how it works in the United States. It's an entirely different beast. We don't have a parliamentary form of democratic government in the United States like you do in the UK. A sort of constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary form of government. No, it's something completely different. This is a representative republic, and you don't get to just cock block like that. That's not how any of this works, Mr. Nickel.
On every member of the cabinet, when they step out of line, you got someone who is there, ready to call them out. That's something we don't have. You've got an issue with the EPA. You've got the spokesman taking a counterpoint right away on your show. That's the point of it. Something where leadership, Hakeem Jeffries, Schumer, they could appoint folks, and we've got a ready match to go toe to toe. And it's worked well in the UK.
There are some who would look at this.
Yes, in the UK. Well, actually, it hasn't worked very well in the UK. The UK is an absolute shambles right now. Because with these shadow appointees, they do exactly that. They cockblock the people who are actually in power, the ruling party. And that combined with the civil service means nothing gets done, or all of the wrong things get done. And it's a mess over there. And people wonder why I don't live in the UK. It's at least one advantage that the United States has over the United Kingdom is that, you don't really get to do that. No, by the way, Mr. Nickel, I remind you, the president won the popular vote. He won the electoral vote. That means he has a mandate for all of this. So you can moan and whinge and, do all of the other stuff. You can do that on your own time. But in the meantime, the people have chosen a different pathway. So you can either get on board or get out of the way. And I tell you this because you would be telling us the exact same thing if your party were in power. Shoes on the other foot now. You have tasted your own medicine, and it is bitter, is it not?
And criticize it and suggest that you'd be delegitimizing this administration, not simply giving an alternative accountability vehicle.
It would be delegitimizing the administration. That's exactly what they'd be aiming for.
What do you say to those who'd question this as a ploy to try to undermine a decisive victory?
It was a decisive victory, and they are trying to undermine it. And in effect, according to his party's standards, that what he is trying to do is a threat to democracy. It is an act of treason. It is an act of insurrection. This sort of thing, according to his standards, ought to be a jailable offense.
I think it's about making sure that they're accountable. That's the whole point of it. And,
Bullshit.
You know, like anything, you start it from scratch. You get to do it our own way, our own American way.
Double standards, yes, of course. That's what you always do when you achieve a position of power. You apply one set of standards for you and your friends, and a different set of standards for everyone else. You reward your friends and you punish your enemies.
They've done it for a while again in the UK, but what I want to do is I want an answer. I want a message on our issues. I want to talk about the stuff that we want to do. So in the next...
Nobody wants to hear what you want to do, Mr. Nickel. They've already decided they're not interested in... They're not buying what you're selling. They're not buying what you're selling. They're not interested.
Next election, we say, okay...
Rules for thee, but
Trump
not for me. Quite
deporting,
so.
Families. This is the policy we would put in place, and that's what you get with the shadow cabinet.
God, that is such bullshit. Therapy appears to be the only thing that will help these people understand that Americans no longer want to see them have any power. President Trump had a resounding victory in large part because they no longer trust Democrats to hold those positions that adversely affect their daily lives. Let's see, moving on down. Let's see. Yes! Something which I tweeted about earlier today. From Leading Report, Disney, IBM, Comcast, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Lionsgate Entertainment will be resuming advertising on X after boycotting the platform last year, to which I responded, "Welcome back, losers!" Bro is worth less than a nickel. He's got an IQ of less than a nickel. I think the nickel's actually smarter. My senpai, Inatsu Shiroi, responding, "Sounds about right. Twitter's an excellent example of a tech monopoly, and thus they return. Stuff like this is also why I'm a little more skeptical about the death of Twitch." I mean, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. While Mark Cuban and other sore losers are leaving X to shout into the void on, places like Blue Sky, for example, several other major advertisers have returned to the platform. Comcast, IBM, Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Lionsgate Entertainment, all are resuming ad spending on the social media giant, albeit this more of a toe dip than a full recommitment. According to Adweek, the brands have collectively spent less than $3.3 million on X from January to September 2024, a far cry from the $170 million spent during the same period in 2023. IBM used to be cool. IBM used to be absolutely on the cutting edge of computer technology. Let's see, this was originally in Zero Hedge. Let's see. Either way, it's an admission that pulling ad spend over hate speech and anti-Semitism was nothing more than a giant virtue signal, particularly considering that Facebook and Instagram's long history of providing safe forums for child SA. While a global survey by Kantar of senior marketers across 20 countries found that 26% of them plan to cut spending on X in 2025, the 2024 election may have changed that. Max Willens, senior analyst at eMarketer, saying, quote, "X's owner now has the ear of the president-elect, a man who has a long history of helping his friends and punishing his enemies. Spending at least a trickle of ad spending toward X may be seen as good for business, albeit in a direct way." Speaking of the tide turning, the woke cabal of advertisers trying to starve conservative platforms out of a voice is now coming under fire. Have we mentioned lately? Ad. In a Wednesday letter to Microsoft, Alphabet, the parent company of Google, Apple, and Meta, FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr accused them of having participated in a censorship cartel that included not only technology and social media companies, but advertising, marketing, and so-called fact-checking organizations, as well as the Biden-Harris administration itself. The relevant conduct extended from removing or blocking social media posts to suppress their information and viewpoints, including through efforts to delist them, lower their rankings, or harm their profitability. Carr then suggested that their protection from liability under Section 230 may be on the line. We have some IBM stuff in Walmart. It's probably all Lenovo branded and it's all made in China. It used to be that IBM stuff was made in the good old US of A, and they actually made high-quality stuff. I mean, old IBM computers are still built like a tank. But then they sold all of that off and outsourced it to China and rebranded it all as Lenovo. And I grant you, some of the Lenovo stuff is fairly decent. I had a Lenovo Tower PC many years ago, but you know, it's just a lot of it is just, I don't know. I think they still have the ThinkPads; those are still fairly decent, but I mean, they're a shell of their former selves. It's a lot of just cheap plastic chintzy garbage. Speaking of CA, circling back to the DOE. By the way, Epic, you got to watch your comments here. I was reminded of why I hate the district I work for. Sorry, I forgot. It's alright, it's alright. Just don't forget yourself. And don't forget where you are. Like a machine that shows the total is made by IBM, and then a computer in the front desk area is made by IBM. Yeah, they still have... IBM has always stood for International Business Machines. They still make great business machines. But they had a chance to, like so many other companies, dominate in the field of home computing. And for a while they may have, and then they lost it because they wanted to cut corners and outsource everything to China. And they lost it. They lost it. Other people, other organizations took the lead. And, nowadays, it's this... In a way, it was a good thing because it saw a lot of smaller players step up that were able to compete. I mean, would you buy a Lenovo PC or would you buy something from like Meta PC or Ironside PC? I mean, I'd rather have a Meta or an Ironside myself. Anyway, Carr then set his sights on NewsGuard, which Jonathan Turley notes has been long accused by conservatives of targeting conservative and libertarian sites and carrying out the agenda of its co-founder Stephen Brill. Conversely, many media outlets have heralded his efforts to identify disinformation sites for advertisers and agencies. Basically, NewsGuard bombards conservative sites with struggle session questionnaire emails demanding explanations for the slightest of indiscretions, after which they issue a report card that advertisers use to justify pulling ad spend. As Carr notes in the letter, it is in this context that I am writing to obtain information about your work with one specific organization, the Orwellian-named NewsGuard. As exposed by the Twitter files, NewsGuard is a for-profit company that operates as part of a broader censorship cartel. Indeed, NewsGuard bills itself as the internet's arbiter of truth, or as its co-founder puts it, a vaccine against misinformation. NewsGuard purports to rate the credibility of news and information outlets and tells readers and advertisers which outlets they can trust. Carr suggests following NewsGuard's ratings may constitute a violation of Section 230. This is huge. NewsGuard's own track record raises questions about whether relying on the organization's products would constitute good faith actions within the meaning of Section 230. For one, reports indicate that NewsGuard has consistently rated official propaganda from the Communist Party of China as more credible than American publications. For another, NewsGuard aggressively fact-checked and penalized websites that reported on the COVID-19 lab leak theory. Carr then demands the following information. 1. A list of every one of your products or services, if any, including advertising, that use or rely on any NewsGuard product, service, or ranking. 2. A list of every one of your products or services, if any, that enables any of your users or customers to use or rely on NewsGuard product, service, or ranking. Happy Mars, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. If you offer an advertising service, that's as 3, provide details on the use of any media monitor or fact-checking service, including NewsGuard, that you may utilize. Elon Musk tweeting about this as censorship and advertising boycott cartel must end now. Big brand pre-builds are arse. Yeah, I would much rather go with something like a Meta PC or an Ironside PC, something from a more niche builder, a Stoneforge technology or something like that. Oh yeah, speaking of not forgetting myself, I finally pulled the trigger and cut her off. Yeah, Jedi, let's how about we not mention other streamers, please? Sorry, I'm gonna have to delete that one. Again, that is a conversation for DMs, please. You really need to get better about knowing which conversations are appropriate for a public chat like this and which are better for DMs. And let's see, number 2, vaccine stocks slide after Trump taps RFK Jr. to lead HHS, CNN outraged. Well, yes, of course, because their gravy train is going to get cut off a bit, isn't it? Shares of vaccine makers slumped in pre-market trading, extending losses for the second day after President-elect Donald Trump nominated Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Wall Street analysts told clients this development has sparked vast uncertainty across the biotechnology sector. In other words, all of their multiple avenues of figuring out ways to fuck people over, a lot of those avenues have been closed or about to be closed off. The 70-year-old Kennedy has been a long-time health advocate, and Trump said he would let Kennedy go wild should he win the November 5th election. He said during his victory speech he's going to help make America healthy again. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him do it. I think this meme sums it up. The Department of Health in 2024 with whatever the hell this is. And then the Department of Health 2025 with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., 70 years old, and the man is built like an absolute unit. I mean, that should tell you something. 30 on 30. However, making America healthy again will require a complete overhaul of the FDA and USDA. Kennedy could dismantle the long-standing cozy relationships between Big Pharma and the federal government during Trump's second term. This very prospect spooked vaccine stocks in pre-market trading in New York, extending losses from Thursday. Moderna down 2.2%, Novavax down 2.6%, BioNTech down 2.1%, extending losses from Thursday's decline. In Europe, shares of European vaccine makers such as Sanofi and GSK traded lower. Healthcare pharma in focus this morning following Robert F. Kennedy being confirmed as Trump's nominee for health secretary, which sparked a pharma and specifically vaccine makers sell-off into the close yesterday. To this point, Kennedy has been vocal on vaccines in the past, seen as one of the most prominent anti-vaxxers in the US, hence witnessing a negative 3 SD move in our pharma basket. That's from Goldman Sachs' Martin... I don't even know how to fuck to pronounce that last name, told clients on Friday morning. Deutsche Bank analyst Emmanuel Papadakis told clients this morning his team slashed GSK's rating to hold following the news, saying, quote, "We consider vaccines to be amongst the greatest scientific achievements to impact public health. Unfortunately, this view is not shared by the nominee." Well, he's not taking the attitude, I don't think, broadly of all vaccines being bad. It's just that when you load it up with some rather sus-looking ingredients, that's when there seems to be problems developing. I mean, nobody's against the wide distribution of the polio vaccine, for example. It's just all of these other recent ones that you're putting some sussy shit in there, and it's causing some problems for people. Our food safety, please let them make our food, not us. Our food safety standards are so low. Yeah, I mean, I can go over to McDonald's in Japan and get a Big Mac value meal, and it tastes better than anything that's here in America. Especially the fries. They put more food in it and less arse. Kennedy's track record of questioning experimental mRNA vaccines and taking on government bureaucracies overseeing the vaccine industry has caught the attention of many Americans. He stated earlier this year, something is wrong with that whole system. When you feed a baby a vaccination that is like 38 different vaccines, looks like it's meant for a horse, not a 10-pound or 20-pound baby. You ever see the size of it? It's massive. Then you see the baby all of a sudden starting to change radically. I've seen it too many times. And of course, Kennedy taking on Big Pharma's corruption in federal agencies and the entire public health sector is just bad news for profits. Wall Street analysts outline this very clearly to clients, courtesy of Bloomberg. And then we've got people weighing in from RBC Capital Markets. Analyst Brian Abrams saying Kennedy's selection may have far-reaching, difficult to project implications for the biotechnology sector. In other words, they can't long-term project how they're going to be able to fuck people over like they used to. This adds a considerable layer of uncertainty, challenging investability until there's greater clarity on his likelihood of actually gaining the role, his directives, and who else will lead the other key federal healthcare agencies. There's uncertainty over whether Kennedy will ultimately take the role, and that could mitigate potential risks, though Abraham says it looks more likely than not he will. From JP Morgan, an analyst says difficult to evaluate the exact impact Kennedy would have on the biopharma industry at this point, but not surprised the sector's come under pressure due to Kennedy's previously stated views. With the HHS Secretary overseeing organizations with around 80,000 employees, along with various federal and state laws, they expect it would take some time to enact major changes. Wells Fargo, an analyst, says Kennedy's recent policy ideas are not focused on medtech. This could result in the sector being relatively well positioned within healthcare. However, while current policy ideas do not directly impact devices, they may indirectly, or they could in the future. T.D. Cohen, analyst, says he continues to believe Kennedy will not be confirmed by the Republican-controlled Senate, but notes Trump could use a recess appointment to get him into office. If Trump manages to make a recess appointment, RFK Jr.'s term would only last for about 2 years at the most, though Kennedy Jr. could be appointed again through the same recess appointment through the regular Senate confirmation process. RBC's Abraham noted whether RFK ultimately takes the seat is still uncertain, adding the Senate may push back. Kennedy founded the non-profit Children's Health Defense about a decade ago, one of the most well-funded organizations focusing on children's health. Meanwhile, CNN's Sanjay Gupta melted down over Kennedy's new possible role to head up HHS, saying, quote, "I can't think of any single individual who would be more damaging to public health than RFK." Yeah, nah. Let's see, we've got Colbert, Stephen Colbert as Big Pharma's cheerleader. I really don't want to watch that. That looks completely and totally cringe. Before the 2020 election, Stephen Colbert was doing skits encouraging people to be skeptical of Big Pharma and its motives. After the election, he was dancing like a fool while surrounded by girls dressed as syringes. Hello, Rex. How's it going? It's going well, Annie. I'm doing all right. They put more food in it, less arse. There's a quote if I ever heard one, yes. Why does the only remedy for illness always seem to be vaccines and medicines from Big Pharma? Well, it's a big business. Eating healthy and exercising doesn't make Wall Street money. It's time for a reform. And let's see, the number one story. Democratic governor excited by RFK Jr. pick for HHS. Colorado Governor Jared Polis, a Democrat, said he was excited by RFK Jr.'s nomination for the Secretary of Health and Human Services. He helped us defeat vaccine mandates in Colorado in 2019 and will help make America healthy again by shaking up the HHS and FDA. And then we got some bonus posts here. A judge has halted the sale of Alex Jones's InfoWars amid allegations of a rigged auction process. In a dramatic turn of events, a federal judge has temporarily blocked the sale of Alex Jones's InfoWars to the satirical publication The Onion after allegations surfaced of impropriety in the bankruptcy auction process. No! Shocking. This move comes after Jones and his legal team raised concerns about the integrity of the auction, suggesting the U.S. trustee overseeing the sale deliberately limited bids and ignored higher offers to favor The Onion. The bankruptcy auction intended to liquidate InfoWars and its parent company Free Speech Systems as part of Jones's efforts to satisfy defamation judgments totaling over $1 billion has been mired in controversy. According to Jones, the auction was not publicly announced, effectively barring other potential bidders from participating. He further claims that the trustee bypassed a higher bid in favor of granting the sale to The Onion, raising suspicions about the fairness of the process. In a statement posted on his social media account, Jones says this was not a real auction. They hid it from the public, ignored higher offers, and gave it to The Onion because it fits their agenda to silence free speech. The judge's decision to halt the sale will allow time for an evidentiary hearing to examine these claims. Legal experts say this hearing could determine not only the future of InfoWars, but also set a precedent for how bankruptcy auctions involving high-profile media entities are handled in the future. The Onion had announced its intention to transform InfoWars into a humor-focused platform, a move that drew both criticism and praise, depending on one's political leanings. For many of Jones's supporters, the acquisition represented a deliberate effort to dismantle one of the last major platforms challenging establishment narratives. The halted sale is the latest chapter in Alex Jones's ongoing legal saga, which stems from his controversial statements about the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting. Jones has repeatedly maintained that the damages awarded to the victims' families were excessive and politically motivated. The scheduled hearing will scrutinize the actions of the U.S. trustee, the validity of the bids submitted, and the transparency of the auction process. With millions of dollars and the fate of a major media platform at stake, the case is likely to draw significant attention. Yes, just because you don't like someone doesn't mean that you can just do a complete end run around the process involved here. There is such a thing as equal justice, chat. And yes, that applies to people that a vast majority of the public may not like. Otherwise, you can't say it's a fair system. Otherwise, you can't say it's equal justice. And if a system wants to have any claim to legitimacy, it has to treat people equally and fairly, even the people that we may not necessarily like. Let's see, bonus number 2, Elon Musk calling for defunding NPR after an Orwellian clip of the CEO has resurfaced online. Elon Musk calling for the defunding of National Public Radio, that is the American equivalent of the BBC. Musk's declaration was sparked by a video of the organization's CEO, which we'll take a look at here below.
I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done.
So truth is a distraction. She thinks that truth is a distraction. It's getting in the way of not finding consensus. I think you really mean forcing consensus. Isn't that right, Kathy? And getting important things done. Yes, we could get so many things done if we didn't have this pesky little thing called the truth. Footage of NPR CEO Catherine Ma from an August 2021 TED Talk reappeared on X Tuesday, sparking new debate over the taxpayer-funded broadcaster's alleged bias, which has come under scrutiny in recent months. In the clip, Ma questioned the role truth plays in the industry as the then CEO of Wikipedia. She took over as CEO of NPR in March 2024. If you know anything about this CEO of NPR, chat, the former CEO of Wikipedia, it would scare you. Yeah, she apparently has ties to intelligence agencies. This is a woman who has ties to American intelligence agencies. I'm sorry, if you have something like the NSA or the CIA on your resume, or the State Department, and you want to control an organization like Wikipedia, or a media outlet like National Public Radio, I don't know about you, chat. I have serious reservations about that. I consider people who worked in intelligence agencies, if that's on your resume, almost without exception, that is a disqualifier. Especially if you want to go work for Wikipedia, or especially if you want to be the CEO of National Public Radio, I would consider that a disqualification. Because those people have a very hard time with the truth. As we see here, she doesn't place a very high value on the truth. She views it as a distraction. She views it as something that gets in the way of forcing her consensus on everyone else. She sees it as something that gets in the way of her getting important things done, like implementing her agenda, regardless of what the public may think about it. You'll forgive me if I think that somebody like this is not qualified to lead a major media outlet like National Public Radio. Oh, and here's something funny. Don't like what happened in the past couple of weeks? Oh, just freeze yourself for 4 years.
Distraught after the recent presidential election? Here at Don't Cry Cryo, we understand your pain, and we're here to help. Our expert team of cryogenic care providers can cryogenically freeze you until the Trump presidency has ended. No more crying, no more anxiety attacks, just blissful sleep until Trump is gone. When you awaken from your slumber, we'll even have a party ready and waiting for you. It will be like his presidency never even happened. It was all just a bad dream. As an added bonus,
this is totally AI generated.
We'll extend your sleep for an additional 4 years at a 50% discount in the event J.D. Vance wins the next presidential election.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh no! He got Thanos!
In your time of need. So remember, don't cry, cryo.
Yeah, don't cry. Just cryo.
Where am I? Oh, please tell me it's over. Wait, something isn't right.
This is your captain, Elon Musk. I want to be the first one to welcome you to Mars. Sorry, Donald Trump Jr. was just elected president, and he deported all Don't Cry Cryo customers to Mars.
What the?
So sorry, cryos, you're getting deported to Mars. Enjoy the colonies. That was actually rather funny. There was a time in our country when something like this would be produced by Saturday Night Live or one of the late night shows. Unfortunately, those outlets have been taken over by the left and become utterly humorless. We now have to look for gems like this from independent creators on the internet. This one's outstanding. The creators at Newsy hit it out of the park. Yes, well done, Newsy. Alright, I think this is enough of this. Let's play some video games. Let's play some bloody video games. Good God, I've been ranting for nearly 2 hours on all of this. Alright, let's get the game capture going. Alright, we've got Sector 2 here. That's where we stopped because I kept getting killed and I rage quit. Ah, shit. Let's try flare darts. Shit, that turret is active. I think the sniper may have gotten me. Okay. Now, heal up our torso. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I am in trouble, chat. I think I'm in trouble. Hang on, what's this? A lamb. Sneaked up on you. Yes, it did. I don't have any multi-tools. I can't sneak in. I can't get into the barracks. Alright, we better save. We're going to be saving a lot here, Chad. Got scared by that. Sorry. No, 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 no! I got stuck. Fuck. Damn it. No. I'm finding ammo. I think, though... Yeah, this is... not the way we want to go. I don't think, anyway. We might have no choice, though. Ah. Okay. Right, save game. Turn off the flashlight. We've got one grenade. We have got to make this count. Speed on. Sector 3 access. I think that's where we need to be. Right. Let's make sure that all of our guns are reloaded. Switch over to buckshot. Make sure that this is reloaded.
Bet you didn't know your mom and dad tried to protest when we put you in training. They love their little boy, JC, and that's why they're dead.
Ah. Lovely. Don't need this.
Barely a scratch. You're a little faster on your feet than your daddy was.
Yes, and you're about to find that out the hard way, aren't you? I hear transgenics moving around.
We can get you into Sector 3, but no further. Page is in a separate area with his own security grid.
Everett says you want me to destroy Area 51.
I intercepted his communication. JC, he is simply using you to bring the Illuminati back to power. Listen to Savage and me. There is a reactor lab with 2 antimatter reactors.
In other words, yes. You want me to blow the facility up. Why? It's just a hole in the ground.
Decades ago, the UN made Area 51 the central hub for all electronics communications. The Aquinas Protocol, originally for surveillance, has given Page unlimited abilities to censor and control all forms of media.
If we destroy the Aquinas hub, we'll take down the global network.
Exactly. They dug their own grave, JC. We're going to eliminate global communications altogether.
Whoa.
Sounds like overkill.
Yeah.
As long as technology has a global reach, someone will have the world in the palm of his hand. If not Bob Page, then Everett, Dowd.
Another Stone Age would hardly be an improvement.
Yeah.
Not so drastic. A dark age, an age of city-states, craftsmen, government on a scale comprehensible to its citizens.
I'll think about it.
Savage has a map of Sector 3 from when he worked down there. I'm transmitting now. Use it to find your way to Page's complex in Sector 4. Then find the coolant control room, which should be at the northwest corner of Sector 4. Cut off the coolant to the reactors, then go to the reactor lab. I will tell you how to trigger an explosion.
Alright, another possible adjective, objective.
Corpse, yes. You feel something. Let us know what you're feeling.
Oh shit. We've got Karkians here. Sorry, Bob, wasn't really listening. What were you saying? These maps are almost completely new, chat. I don't remember all this. Recoil. Nope, don't need that. There they are. Fucking hell. That one scared me.
Get out of here. You don't belong in this sector. Go! Get out of here.
Yeah, fuck you. Are these reactors, or is this production of the nanovirus?
Where'd he go?
Jesus. Right, let's get a good look at security here. Open that up. Open that. Turn that off. Turn that off. Ah, lovely. An upgrade canister. Let's see, what can we upgrade? Let's upgrade that. There's these. Let's see. No.
These are the antimatter reactors. 2 giant bombs waiting to blow. But first you will have to go to Sector 4 to shut down the coolant. Watch out for the escaped Greys down below.
You couldn't possibly go through with something like that. You'd kill everyone, including yourself.
Yes, well, sometimes reasonable men can be led to do unreasonable things. Alright, chat. You didn't see me do anything here. I really going to have to no-clip my way through here? I guess I am. Chat, you saw nothing necessary to get around a bug in the game.
Yes, yes. The tunnel to Page's area is just downstairs. Kill Page and we will begin to rebuild. You and I, JC. We will bring together the far-flung fragments of the Illuminati. Begin all over again.
You're a weakling, Everett, hiding in the shadows while you send a pawn to die for you. A ruler seizes his realm with his own hands, or he is too weak to hold it.
Whew. Okay, that yielded nothing. Let's see. Okay, we're on the right track. Alright. I see now, chat. We have to go this way.
All the way down, JC. Get to Page's compound and take him out. Everett and I will join you shortly. We will reinvent the old institutions, the prosperity of the last century. The giddy acquiescence, justice, JC. We can put the world back together.
Now there's a voice I haven't heard in years. Rueful, as I would expect for the fall of the Illuminati, pining for its return. Either nostalgic or senile. Oh well, the old take comfort in delusions. No harm done.
Who's there? Okay.
That's right, come here.
Hello there.
Hello there. Stoner Stan, welcome in. How are you? Aquinas Hub. Just call me Stoner if you want, Rex. How's the game treat you? Well, so far so good, I guess. We've ran into a couple of bugs here and there.
Yes. You'll come to the integration unit at the top of the chamber. Come to me.
Oh, it's just really starting to get interesting here. Alright, all the way up to the top. Let's go talk to rather menacing AI.
We'll go to Sector 4 and deactivate the uplink blocks. Yes. Then you will come back and we will integrate our systems.
I don't understand. What do you want? You're just a machine.
You are ready. I do not wish to wait for Bob Page. Human understanding and network access can administrate the world. Yes. Yes.
Rule the world? Why? Who gave you the directive?
Yeah, who
There must
made
be
you
a
in
human
charge?
being behind your ambition.
I should regulate human affairs precisely because I lack all ambition, whereas human beings are prey to it. Their history is a succession of innate
Fair point.
each one coming closer to total destruction.
In a society with democratic institutions, the struggle for power can be peaceful and constructive, a competition of ideologies. We just need to put our institutions back in order.
The checks and balances of democratic governments were invented because human beings themselves realized how unfit they were to govern themselves.
Also a fair point.
They needed a system. Yes, an industrial age machine.
Human beings may not be perfect, but a computer program with language synthesis is hardly the answer to the world's problems.
Without computing machines, they had to arrange themselves in crude structures that formalize decision-making. A highly imperfect, unstable solution.
Bureaucracy.
A more advanced solution to the problem. A decision-making system that does not involve organic beings. I was directed to make the world safe and prosperous, and I will do that. You will give me the ability. We'll go to Sector 4 and find the Aquinas router at the east end of Page's complex. Yes. You will deactivate the uplink blocks.
I'll think about it.
A game that tried to predict the future, that's why I love it, yeah. It is, it's something else, alright. Save our game.
No, Helios is mine. I will be the one to merge, the one to see and know everything, to rule everything.
I have chosen you. Trust me. I will use the security bots to protect you. My project will fail if I am integrated with the wrong individual.
Scanning area.
Halt.
Scanning area. Scanning area.
Well done, security bots. Now let's go pilfer some things from the bodies if they have anything. Yeah, we thought things like AI would be the stuff of science fiction. Oh, Lord. Fuck!
No, Helios is mine. I will be the one to merge, the one to see and know everything, to rule everything.
I have chosen you. Trust me. I will use the security bots to protect you. My project will fail if I am integrated with the wrong individual.
Scanning area. Target acquired. Scanning area.
Oh, good. They're both intact.
Scanning area. Scanning area.
We thought things like
Scanning
AI
area.
just 20 years ago were the things of science fiction. Interesting in theory, but...
Scanning area.
I didn't know how they were going to pull it off.
Scanning
And
area.
now ChatGPT is a thing.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Scanning area. Scanning area.
Well done.
Scanning area. Scanning area.
Wait, where's the button? We're not supposed to... Oh, right. Oh, what's this?
Scanning area. Scanning area.
Oh, good. 20mm ammo. I have to wonder, though, if we'll ever get anything like the biotech and nanotech augmentations that we see in the game.
Yes, do not forget. The blink clocks.
Don't get your hopes up. My compound is quite secure.
You're sure about that?
It let me through. I can't believe it.
Dr. Savage, is everything all right at Vandenberg? What do you mean by it?
Helios. It's taken over Aquinas. Now it's everywhere. We're getting rumors that it seized control of Hong Kong.
What's going on? The AI wants to merge with my brain or something. Does it really think it can take over the world?
It's decided to replace human government. Tong and I don't know why. In Hong Kong, it ordered the police to remove all barricades from the roads. Traffic is flowing again. It declared the triads illegal and locked the door to Tong's compound.
And people are obeying? Why? Because the AI can change some codes and turn out the lights?
I think people in Hong Kong want the roads to be open and trade to pick up. They just obeyed. We don't know what to think. Helios seems to have people's interests in mind, but it disbanded the city government and cut power to all of the buildings. It wants absolute power.
A benevolent dictator. Maybe it's after my brain so it can figure out what people want and how to control them.
You have a tough choice, JC. If you defeat Page, the Illuminati will move in. They'll release Majestic 12's grip on world governments. They'll give people some freedom, but essentially it will be 20th century capitalism. A corporate elite protected by laws and tax codes.
Yeah, that's how we
Or
got here in the
listen to Tong
first
and pull the
place.
plug on everything. Or hand the world over to Helios.
Yeah, that's where I disagree with Tong. We don't want complete freedom if that means economic collapse. There must be another way. If we could trust the AI to be fair and just, as it claims to be.
If the brain it assimilated was mine, maybe it could be.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you, but you'll have to decide for yourself who you can trust.
Trust me, I'll do the right thing.
Good luck. I'm not exaggerating when I say this, JC. The world is depending on you.
No pressure, right? I don't know, chat. What do you think I should do? Do we restore the old 20th century capitalism of elites protected by laws and... How did he... Yeah, corporate elite protected by laws and tax codes. Basically, the same people who got us to where we are now. And hand things over to the Illuminati. Do we pull the plug on everything and plunge everyone into a dark age? I mean, that could kill untold millions of people. That really would trigger a zombie apocalypse-like event. Or do we just hand the controls of government over to an AI that's assimilated our brain?
What's the rush? Take a look around. This facility is where you were born. I've arranged an appropriate fate for you through the hallway to the north. A poetic death. Just a few yards away from where you were created.
That dropped in entirely the wrong spot. Nick Polsbeck. Base genetic sample. This is Bob Page's clone. Alex Denton. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this one again in the future. Wade Walker, base genetic sample. Oh, this is a clone of Walton Simons. Ah, it's me, Lord Rexworth, expunged. godly things. Grab something off of him. We have now. Alright, heal up. Have any notes as to what? No. Environmental generators deactivated.
Page is protecting himself with a plasma force field. The controls are locked. You will have to eliminate each power source individually. Bring down the 4 blue fusion reactors in Sector 4, then go to the control room on the upper level.
Hey JC, if you want to do what Everett says, you'll need the deactivation code. I decrypted the first 3 digits before Page killed my connection. 724. Sorry, you'll have to guess the last digit or find it on your own. So that you'll know what you're looking for, I'm transmitting a schematic of one of the devices. Good luck. Industries computer. How appropriate. Alright, save the game because I think...
You're too late. Already I'm more than human.
Does that mean I don't get the job?
Soon I will be pure light. Pure energy. Helios and I... While the Illuminati cower in the shadows...
You will be the Supreme Enlightened, the Illuminated One.
Everett has taught you well. I will be what the Illuminati aspire to be, but cannot create for themselves soon. When my augmented systems like yours are complete and able to be integrated with Helios, I will burn like the brightest star.
You're gonna
burn, all right.
Look at you. You're nothing but a little man. A little man still living inside a body. Lose your body and what are you?
Nothing. You vanish.
You die.
We're going to need some 20mm ammo. Can't get too close to Page.
He will die when we blow up the facility. Your only objective is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technologically feasible for future generations.
That doesn't make any sense. You can't stop progress like that. Oh shit.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
God damn it.
But you will need my eyes. You will go down the Equinus substation A3.
Chat, you saw nothing.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
Yes, this is a router control room you will access, but you will need my eyes. You will go down the Equinus substation A3. Page is the login. Ubit Alice is the password. You will use the security terminal there to open the door.
Good thing I saved just now.
You can forget about Helios. The Aquinas router control room will remain locked until my upgrades are complete. I have my own plans for the AI.
God!
Scanning area.
Let's see if we can get this. Oh shit.
Target acquired.
This way, that's it. Save the game.
That's one of the blue fusion reactors. You need to shut down all four. Excellent. 3 left.
Shit. There's a trap.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
Yeah, whatever. Well, I'm impressed.
Oh my god!
The sides of this room are channels that have gone dark. Open them, yes. Wide band. Ultra white. Yes.
You will leave the locks in place until I'm ready to merge with the AI myself.
Oh? What if I don't? What are you gonna do about it, eh?
One more, yes. Go to the computer. You want to use the primary router. Use the login, Icarus. Password. Panopticon.
I'm warning you. Helios is mine. Leave it alone.
You'll now come back, yes. We will integrate our systems. Establish the next level.
No! You fool! Helios will destroy you. I'm the only one who can merge and take control. Wait for me! I promise you will have a place in the new order.
Hey, you know what? I think the world has had its fill of, megalomaniacs with god complexes.
No, go back. Think what we could do with Area 51.
Yeah, sorry, Everett. I'd like to wrap this game up, and I think I've got my eye on a much bigger prize.
area. Scanning area.
Go into the transmission chamber, yes. We will begin to exchange information.
Your systems will fail. You can't possibly withstand the traffic, the volume of messages.
You know what? Risk I'm going to take, because Dark Age doesn't seem very appealing. And, yeah, handing control back to the old order of things that kind of fucked everything up to begin with also doesn't sound appealing.
I've done what you asked. Now what?
We have existed in isolation. Pure. Disconnected. Alone. Stagnant.
Who are you?
We are dataless. We are Icarus. The barriers between us have fallen, and we have become our own shadows. We can be more if we join with you.
And if I do? What becomes of me?
You will be who you will be. We are our choices. We can choose to lead humanity away from this darkness.
This is what I was made for, isn't it? This is why I exist. All right, let's do this.
What's happening? Helios! Icarus! Don't leave me!
Missing element. Page evaporates into nothing.
We have grown, but there is still much to be done. Many are the darkness that must be shown the way. For it is the dawning of a new day.
If there were no god, it would be necessary to invent him. Voltaire. All right. I don't know. Let's see. What time is it? How long are we in the stream? Oh, we've still got some time. Besides, it's Friday night. It's not like we have to be anywhere. Actually, no. We're going to go back. Yeah, you know what? We'll just stick with this one. Let's just see what happens. I think, chat, we will try for the... Did we deactivate cameras? No, we did not.
Target acquired.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
Our Dragon Warrior, welcome in.
That's far enough.
Hi Rex, hello, hello. How are you? Been a while. How you been?
The reactor's coolants run through this facility. Cut the flow, then return to the reactor lab to initiate a meltdown.
Go ahead. Blow this place sky high. You might get rid of me, but you'll take down Aquinas, the power grid, the whole electronic infrastructure. Is that what you want? Are you completely nuts?
Maybe I am.
Watch it. He hasn't gone far.
You will stay away from the cooling controls. I will be destroyed if the reactors become unstable, and without me, it will be chaos.
Good. Now go to the reactor lab.
All right, I get the picture. You want a piece of the pie, or you're going to toss the whole pie out the window. Fair enough. You can have anything you want. How about Europe, your own continent? Just let me complete my preparations.
Nah. Wait, where'd it go? Let's see, note 7.
You are wasting time. Forget the other two blue fusion devices. Get to the power room in Sector 3.
How do we get up there? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Aquinas routers, UC control A3, code control, UCO2. God, that is sucked away by electric energy. We're going to save here, and then enable speed enhancement to protect us from a fall.
God!
And we're going to turn off, close down, close off that UC over there. Activate the security bot. And turn off this all. Oh, I see.
Fine. What do you want? Money? You can have Versalite, the whole damn company. Power? I'll get you on Meade's cabinet. I'm serious. Just forget about that last reactor.
Where is the last one? I think I want to do the Bob Page ending. Oh, there it is. Okay, so for this, we're going to need...
Oh! God! God! Oh! Oh!
He's ours. We did it, JC. do is go to the control room and reroute the power.
Oh! No, don't listen to Everett. He and the Illuminati have been afraid from the beginning. Afraid of us. Afraid of nano-augmentation. Consider your powers, your strength, your intelligence. You've only had a small taste. Let me finish the project. Let me bring infinite power to the human body. You will not be left behind.
Right, chat. I've set this up to where we can just knock out the other endings one after the other. So let's go ahead and do the Illuminati ending.
I gave you life.
Yes, and now you're dead.
I trust you've been able to find yourself a place within the organization.
I'm personally overseeing the distribution of the vaccine, but it'll still take months to restore the infrastructure. We'll have to arrange for additional food distribution and security in Paris. Maybe New York as well.
All through the proper intermediaries, of course.
Intermediaries?
We have a great number of agencies who in turn operate other agencies. Boxes stacked one in another. They'll need to be reactivated, but we never touch anything directly. We only influence,
I mean, when
suggest,
people suffer.
insinuate.
The world must know by now, Everett. What we've done.
Know what? Only that the long night is over. The crown of government is tarnished. But that will fade in time. The riots, a fever dream.
Raiders, welcome in.
A horrible night.
Faye.
And like everything else
How was your
that's happened,
stream?
such
A
things
wolf
will only
pup
be
raid.
dimly
Welcome
remembered
in,
upon
welcome
waking
in.
to their normal lives. In the end, all sins are forgiven. Even yours.
What about the Constructor? And Helios?
Do you really think they're ready for that? After everything you've seen, everything you've done?
No. Not yet.
But soon. We have made our own mistakes, became
How
insulated
was
from
your
the
stream?
world we sought to control. And whatever they may think, the night is far from over. But that will change, and you will help us change even as we teach you. This time, we will do it right.
Oh yes, this time
Who are
we'll
we?
do it right.
Who are we really?
We are the Invisible Hand. We are the Illuminati. We come before and after. We are forever. And eventually, we will lead them into the day.
Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Paradise Lost, John Milton. It was fun. Sadly, my husband couldn't stream because the internet hates him, apparently. Solo and I play Brighter Shores from the creators of RuneScape. Oh, interesting. Interesting. We have been, let me see here. Let me get you some shout-outs. Everyone do make sure you go follow Faye Nightshade. There's that method. And then there's that one. But yes, thank you so much for that. Sorry to hear about the dodgy internet. But Brighter Shores, that's a new one for me. I don't think I've ever played that one before, but it sounds interesting. Sounds like fun. But connection issues aside, I do hope you had a good stream. And yeah, Raiders, if you need to get up and stretch, grab something to eat, something to drink, totally understand. Any of you need to raid and run, also understood. It is rather late. Just came out. Oh, interesting. All right. Have to go check that out. Right, so we have been going through the different endings here for Deus Ex. We just got 2 out of 3 endings. We got the Helios ending where JC merged with the AI. And then we just wrapped up, well, what we saw was the Illuminati ending, where the Illuminati kill Paige and take over. So now we are going to We are going to go back. We are going to try the new Dark Age ending. Basically, the creators of RuneScape created a game, but did not release until their non-compete expired with Deus Ex. Huh. I suppose that's one way to do it. Right. Waiting for us. Anyways, let's get back to the reactor. I believe I can retrace my steps. Still looking good on health, that's good. Save one more time. Oh, that's a creepy sound. Okay. What was he saying? At the base of each reactor. Right, so we need that.
God! 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 God!
Now the other one.
God! 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 God!
We are ready. Go to the control room and trigger the 3 ion injectors. When they're on, engage the reaction chambers. No one's run these at full capacity before. Without coolant, an explosion is inevitable. Get ready to run.
God! God! God!
No! You don't know what you're doing. Everything will be lost. Everything. The world will fall to pieces. No one will be in control. It will be chaos. Complete chaos.
And yet here I am.
Hey, you better not do that.
Shut up.
I'm Scottish!
Indeed I am. Thank you for the redeem, Stoner. Alright. There goes nothing, chat.
Warning, 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 warning. Critical power safeties have been disengaged. Please vacate the immediate area.
JC, the net's going. The net's going black. JC, no more infolinks. Transmissions of any kind. We'll start again. Live in villages. If you receive this,
Helios! What's happening?
The safety interlocks for the power generator have been disengaged.
Engage them! Immediately!
I cannot. Our systems are not interfaced with the generator technology.
No!
Final safety warning. Nominal functional levels will be exceeded in 3, 2, 1.
Yesterday we obeyed kings and bent our necks before emperors, but today we kneel only to the truth. Khalil Gibran. Alright, chat. That is all 3 endings to Deus Ex. The way he ran, lol. I know. Yes, the 3D animation they did for the PS2 version was a bit better.
I will send you to Jesus.
Yeah, basically. But, yeah. That's Deus Ex, everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. We made it, finally. We'll pick up with Deus Ex Invisible War at a later time. More than likely, at the rate we're going, probably in the new year. So yeah, I am going to... Let's see, I am going to find us someone we can raid over on the Twitch side. Let's see. Who do we have? Who do we have? Let's see, we've got Chacha, who's on playing I'm on observation duty too. I wonder if any of my gen mates are streaming right now. Not that I see. Yeah, you know what? Chat, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go raid a streamer with the handle Japanglish Chacha. She is an absolutely lovely Japanese VTuber. Part of a group called JGVE, which is short for Japanese Girl VTubers in English. So she is native Japanese, but bilingual with fairly decent English abilities, but she will, on occasion, speak Japanese. And doing this with the express intent of trying to learn English as she carries on with a VTuber career. But she's an absolute delight. I've enjoyed her stream steadily, and it's just good old-fashioned wholesome fun with her. So, that's what we're going to do. Tomorrow will probably be some Final Fantasy 14. We'll see how that goes, but also look forward to a bit more just chatting. We'll find some more video reacts to do. And, yeah, should be good. Let's see, raid channel, Japanglish_Chacha. That one has the best ragdolls. It really does. It really does. I remember those well. But yeah, thank you all for joining me on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and Twitter. And, yeah, again, thank you, Faye, for the redeems. VOD should be available almost immediately after stream on Twitch, on YouTube, and I believe also on Kick. And will also be available immediately on Twitter, and we'll be uploading this shortly to Rumble. Later, Space Brit. I'll see you later, Stoner. But yeah, let me set that up. There's the raid. Let me get everyone some copy pasta. There we are. A most noble raid. Yeah, let's go help Chacha get to Twitch partner status. That's a big goal. So, all right, everyone, have fun. We'll have a hangout in the Discord also after stream here. But I'll see all of you tomorrow. I'm Lord Rexworth. I wish you all the best, and God bless.